Good morning, everyone. London time again. I thought let me just start the stream before the 150 move so we can monitor it quick. Um, do this. There we go. Here we go. How's it going, guys? How's everything going? Um, so that move on gold happened again in Asia, right? I was waiting for. I didn't do it in New York PM session. Which is sort of like, I guess the story of and especially it was this move I was waiting for. You see this wick on the 4 hour and this flat bottom, this move, and we just had a lot of consolidation in during PMs. Even the six, the first candle, the 4 hour candle that printed at 6, it gave another flat bottom here, and it did. This was the one that it did it at 10 o'clock. So, and I was actually hoping we would get this move in the PM session. You guys have seen me taking a few stabs at this one as well. And look how beautifully it just stepped into a 1/3 level exactly. So yeah, it happens a lot nowadays. Hey, Melandros Trading. Hey, Abdo, I haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing? Is everything okay? I hope you're okay. Good morning to you. Hey, I know everyone, if I haven't seen you for a few days, I'm like, hey, where are you? That's the good thing of having a small community still, right? But yeah, so this move, that was something I was trying. But then again, um, one, two, three, four, five 4 hour candles it took before it took out this move. So it's unfortunate, and because of this wick going up here, I was actually thinking we might get it into this wick, but hey, it took another 2, 3, 4 hour candles before it did it. Oh, your girl was sick. I hope she's better. I hope she's doing okay. But yeah, so, and you have because also you have a flat bottom here and here, you see the wick went all the way down. It also gave this the manipulation wick. So I guess maybe because it had so much work to do, it took a little bit more time. But it's always hard when you have a higher time frame consolidation area because you never know how long it's going to take. And we don't have anything to the left because sometimes you can mimics the behavior if you have like consolidation on the left. You sort of like it gives you a little bit of guide. It's not always exactly, but it's sort of like, okay, well, we had, but in this time, oh, she's okay. Yeah, bless God. We always have to be very thankful for health. It is because, you realize that when you don't have it. I couldn't walk for a year. Well, I could walk, but I couldn't sit down. Let me put it that way. I couldn't sit down for a whole year. You never think about that. That sitting down is something you cannot do, and so we always have to be very thankful for every day that you're in health. And sometimes we have to be reminded about that. But I'm happy to hear Abdo that she's good, doing well again. It takes so much. I mean, if your kid is not doing well or anyone you love, it's really hard to focus, right? Yeah. But so yeah, this move. So so look what I said. I said there wasn't anything to the left, but now look at here. 1, 2, 3. There was something here to the left. I guess I. Okay, here look. One. So there is something to the left. So if you have this price section, you can similar, but it's a little bit different here, right? But then again, it's sort of like, yeah. But anyway, have to journal it and then try to reverse engineer, like how can I recognize it sooner, like so I don't take a stab at it. There was someone in the chat who says, oh, don't take that trade because it's too late, and I'm like, okay, I was really interested, like, hey, why, on what is it based? Because for me, I don't know why I could not take that trade at that time, but I guess he was gone already because I was really curious because he really said, no, you cannot take the trade, please get out of that trade, it's not going to work. And so I would love to if he could get back into the chat sometimes, and I think I will recognize his name and I'm like, hey, what did you see that I missed, right? But anyway, that was gold. stuck between wicks, so I'm not interested because now we have a wick here, so I think it could go back up again, and then we have to wait until it breaks another side. So for me, this is a very treacherous area still. We still have a lot of wicks to go through. But it's been hard. I mean, price action was not easy yesterday. I mean, I had an awesome session. It lasted 5.5 hours because we were just chatting and we were going over price action. But it was hard and it was really manipulative and it was not an easy session trading wise. I think all my trades, paper and a few evals, all basically losses. And the one winner that I had, I gave back. So I lost about, I think it was $85 yesterday. So it was controlled, but whatever I tried, it was just off. It was just off. So, but I think most of us had a hard time. It's NFP week, baby. NFP week. It's NFP week is always the hardest. For me, it is, and especially Thursday. But yesterday felt like Thursday. I said it many times, and that's my worst day. But today is Thursday. So we have unemployment claims at 8:30 Eastern, and GBP nothing, only yellow folder. Oh, I see a new one that I never saw, that I haven't seen before. 7:30 a.m. U.S. time. Challenger jobs. I never heard of that one. Challenger job cuts. The yearly ones. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. New to me. Does anyone know about that? I have to Google that one. So today I'm going to be very, very careful. Maybe only paper trading for me today because it's Thursday, NFP week. News that I don't know of at 7:30. So that's also a different time. So yeah, let's see how price action is behaving. So I think I definitely will start with only paper, just to see if if the market is on my side or not. I would rather, just really, I really don't want to lose, especially on my evaluation. It's just sort of like, even though I'm up, I'm sort of like, I want to be really more conservative about it. Let me put it that way. Let me put it, yeah. So, but we'll see. We'll see. We're just gonna see whatever we can learn, read, and benefit from watching the price. We want to make it worthwhile, right? Whatever happens, that's the most important thing. So now what do we see? Asia took the New York PM session here, so that is here. So we have Asia highs also been taken out, just a sweep, and we have New York high here. Okay. Previous day high is here. We're still in the bloody N wall, guys. We're still in that N wall, which is already, look at this. It just doesn't leave it. I know it's a big one, but still, I mean, come on. Thank you. What are you doing? Let's go to the 4 hour because we're getting a new 4 hour in a few minutes. I love 4 hour. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? And we've been here, 1, 2, 3. We've been here already from 4th of November, 5th of November, 6th of November, then 10th of November, 10, 11, 12, and 13. We spent a lot of time here. 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 10, 11. 6 days, and it did go out of it, but it was 6 days that it spent time in this one here. That's a lot of time in one N wall. Now one can argue that it's a large one, but then from 500 to it's over 200 points. Tuesday. 1, 2, 3. So I guess this one also on the third day left it again. So let's hope on the day 3 we are going to go over this and take this liquidity, and then it might get back after a few days back into this range again and futz around here. I mean, it could be possible. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. So this is day 3, a Thursday, and it went to the downside. So let's hope we get the same behavior. But I'm always looking like, okay, what time did it move out of the end walk? So on that Thursday, it left on in the 6 a.m. candle, right? So that's the next one. So let's keep an eye on that. So I'm sort of like, okay, let's see if we get, you see here, same price action a little bit, like 1, 2, and then it went to the other side. But, well, we'll see. We'll see. It might go down, it might go up. I don't trust anything anymore since yesterday. So yesterday where I went wrong as well was this. Um, what I really, so I use the power of 3 of the 4-hour 10 a.m. candle a lot. So we printed here the 10 a.m. We had a little gap here, a volume imbalance, and plus then we created all these equal lows. And now, in hindsight, looking back, you know, we created equal highs, Asia, London, and another one at 8:30ish. And having its accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So as an AMD trader, it was sort of obvious, but when it happens with this price action, it sort of like plays with your mind. So I thought at some point, you know what, we might take this out because it was still possible, because the range, if you calculate the range and you take the OTE level, this would have still been in the OTE level and then go back further up. I mean, even though it's a distribution, you get pullbacks, right? So I was thinking all the time, okay, we're going to take out, go below the 10 o'clock, and then but it didn't happen. And I was really, I was married to this bias a little bit, but it never went back. And I took a few stabs at it on paper and on my eval, which was 1 or 2 of my losses. So, but I think this level is going to be very important at some point because they really engineered liquidity here. So, and it's open up the 10 o'clock candle. So I would yeah, just mark this area. It's also near 2500. You know, the 500 is also a significant level. So once we get back to the downside, I think this will be a very a point of liquidity. But when we will get there, I mean, nothing's really clear at the moment. For me, in hindsight it is, but it's always easy in hindsight, right? It's easy to say, oh, look at that. Oh yeah, it's AMD. Look how I think there was one. I mean, there were a few people in chat that had a good entry in the 950 macro, and that was it. I think that was the only one that was easy to trade. Then there was this one, but there was, and then I think there was the lunch macro, the 1155 here, and I thought it would take out the low after 10 o'clock. So, but this should have been the long, the 1150, the 1210 macro, and then take it up to the equal highs, which has been created as well. But hey, equal highs have been created here, equal lows have been created here. At some point, you know, they will go to one of them. But the point is to make sure that you're on the right side. Well, I wasn't for sure yesterday. But anyway, shit happens. We move on. We journal it. We learn from it. And that's it. Anyone else had a winning trade yesterday? If you had a good trade and you didn't lose, you had 0 losing trade, you did really well. But anyway, so that was a recap of yesterday. Now let's see what we can do today. It's just going back and forth, right? It's so it's just consolidatory. We've got equals here, we've got equals here. So the easy thing is to say, okay, we're going to go up. That will be my bias, but hey, not you. Yeah, I know. It was crazy. It was really tough. It seems to be a little bit more challenging now, even though it's NFP. It's just a little bit more hostile, the price action. I got wicked out. I do recaps now of my own trade just for myself. I put the playlist on YouTube, but it's more just my own trading journal. I just go over I shorten because I don't feel like going over my whole streams, right? So I try to make recaps, and they're my recap, my journal, but it's open for everyone to watch. It's just I just take the moments from the stream that are worthwhile to me if I ever want to go back. But going over them, it's like also like, oh my God, I've been wicked out, and it's just like, wow. Because sometimes when you're on stream, you forget about, if you're 3 streams further, you forget about it, right? So then you go back, I'm like, okay, I had a winning trade, break even, I gave back, and then I was wicked out, still in profit, but my 8R became a 2R, and it's just continuously this week. I had a few winning trades, but it's hard work. It's really hard work now. But hey, we love it. We don't care, NQ. I hate you sometimes during the day, but after all, after the day is done, I love the market. We're just visitors. We're allowed to play in their space. That's how you need to see it. But anyway, it's tough for anyone who's struggling. Don't worry, you're not alone. I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yeah. Okay. So we went over the weekly profiles yesterday. Hey, Smoking Joe, you're short gold. Looking at a TP 4193. Yeah, let's have a look at gold. I just actually swifted away because I'm sort of like annoyed with gold a little bit, but I need to. I missed that trade that I was looking for right over here. This is my signature. I love this signature, algorithmic signature. But hey, like I said, gold does the most things in Asia lately. That's what I saw, and I have to sleep sometime. But okay, let me just go. Smoking Joe, short gold from 4240. 4240. Are you kidding me? I have to go to the. That is a nice area, but well, to be. You didn't take your profit here at 4208 because that's a volume imbalance here, and it rejected here. I see that Abdo. So Abdo is very good at gold. I know that because he trades it a lot, and his input always is very spot on. That's a good entry. My God, you took it all the way from there. So you went in from Asia. So you took my trade literally. That's my trade. That's right, the trade over here. Now I would have only traded it up to 4208. That's a zero 0.5, and it's also a volume imbalance there, and I already marked it here. So that would have been my trade. So I would have been out already, Smoking Joe. Why? Because I believe this is a rejection block, or it's acting as a rejection, because a wick is like always a wick is just a bunch of imbalances which the market needs to balances out. So when you see a wick like this, and I've graded it here, and the 0.5, I was aiming for this level yesterday, 4208, because it's the midpoint, and it's also below this wick, this wickless candle, and this is also a wickless candle, and with a large wick next to it, that is an easy for me. You know that it's going to go into that wick, but it's going to reject at one of those points. It's either the 0.5 or 1/3 level, or even a quarter level. Well, in this case, it was my 1/3 level, but I would have only played it up to this level because this candle is here, and it also needs manipulation. A wick is just if you see a candle without manipulation, it wants the manipulation. It begs for it. And you see it right here, and this is a volume. My yellow lines are always volume imbalances, and it matches exactly with that 0.5. So I would have gotten out here. So I would not. So Abdo, you are still in a bearish mood. Let me see. If I take this range and we do the OTE, let's go very simple. We just do very simplistic things on this one. There's a gap here. I would not be bearish until in this area. So let's see what we have for PD rates. We have a oh my God, how can I not remember that name? What is the latest PD array of ICT? Not propulsion block, the other one. Oh, suspension block. Oh my God, I need more coffee. Let me quickly take a sip. My brain is not working yet. So we have a suspension block here, so that means there are two volume imbalances on both sides. It's in the OTE area, so that would be a point of interest for me. But also we have a daily open here, so I wouldn't be bearish until we go up from here, until here, somewhere here maybe. So if you're in a short, Smoking Joe, I don't. It might go lower at some point, but we also have a wick here. So what could happen is that it could go back into this wick to balance out. So that's the only thing when I have large wicks, and I always use I use the 4-hour lot. I wonder if it's not going to go up all the way to balances out something here and then go further down. And if it would go up into this wick somewhere, look where we are. It could be because we have also a gap here, right? So if you're willing to hold it all the way up, that's okay. But I would just re-enter. That's how I would do it, because it's we also have wicks here. It could go, if we take this whole range, for example, and we take the OTE levels, for example, the 6.2, the 0.5, we could go all the way back to the other volume imbalance here and tap into the 0.5, and it's this little gap here as well. So yeah, I would be very, very careful with the short now. Yeah, I do. I think it will go there eventually, but the thing is, we are in such a, they're going to hold the price. We're in a very time distorted time at the moment, because we have got news at 8:30. We have news. There is another news at 7:30 I saw. So what tends to happen is that they make the moves very short because they're holding up the movement. So, and especially when you have wicks, it's sort of like they use that to go back and forth to distort time. So that's why I'm always very cautious now. Yeah, and there are a lot of PD arrays now here created on all these moves down. I see um, a lot of points of interest as well. I see the first presented fair value gap of yesterday as well. Well, I could imagine that we get a wick into it before it goes back down. That's possible, and it's all below the 50% of this wick. So that's how I use the wicks. So wicks are also magnets. People that so yeah, wicks do the damage. Well, for me, wicks are my roadmap, and especially large wicks, because wicks are, candles go into them and they reject from them, and then the top of the wicks or the bottom become the liquidity. Large wicks are never liquidity straight away. So you want one or two rejections into them. So now this one, for example, we had a rejection at the 0 point in a 1/3 level. Now I'm now like, okay, when we go down again, this might be now a point of interest for me. But when, right? I mean, we could go up all the way into this wick again, and we have a volume imbalance here as well. And look where the volume imbalance is exactly at the midpoint. So it could tap into it, just go back here. We've got settlement price here. That's important. That's a draw of liquidity. Is settlement price again is near the daily open. If you see those two together, it's a draw on liquidity. So for me already, if I would take a long, I might just market order in and just take it up to this level here, and then maybe even higher to see where we're going. But I do think we're going to go up here in this area on gold. Yeah. So for me, I would have gotten out at this level, but it went all the way to here until exactly the 1/3 level. And I just, Smoking Joe, what I did, I just graded this wick. And these wicks are very powerful because they help you, well, you can see the precision, right? You can see that I use the 1/3 level because they just help me a lot. I don't understand why ICT doesn't use them, but I think maybe that's one of his things he doesn't share. I think because I think it's very powerful. So yeah, I am not interested in a short anytime soon from gold until we are. I really want to see how it's behaving here. But yeah, actually, I'm actually interested now in gold. Now talking about it, I'm like, okay. Now going over it, it might be. But I'm also aware that we're in a very treacherous time. We're in enemy. We're behind enemy territory, and we have to recharge our enemy now. They don't want us to have a good trade. And again, look here. We had consolidation. So what are we going to have here again? Most likely consolidation, maybe. Sometimes it doesn't happen. It goes straight through, but it's sort of like what 0.15. Let's see. Yeah. But I think it's still a very good trade that you had, right? I mean, 4240, but you don't want it to go back all the way up. And you know, where you entered, it created a little gap. So um, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, it could be. We could have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Mm, if this is distribution move, mm, let me see. Oh, look, standard 2 deviation is exactly at the 79 and at the weekly open. This might be the distribution move, that this accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Let's see. It makes sense, and I wanted to keep it below, but it could go up into this in these 2 weeks. Yeah, it makes sense because then we tap into the first presented fair value gap, and then we tap into the midpoint of these wicks here. Well, let's see. Yeah, so I would not stay in a short right now. I would just get out and just get back in at some point. I wouldn't give up my hey, take your money and run. So Smoking Joe, are you playing MGC or are you in a GC? Yeah, so technically, normally the Thursday is the distribution, yes. But I don't think yesterday was manipulation. I thought yesterday was more accumulation still, to be honest. So look at the 4 hour on gold. I just see this is just this is higher time frame. We're higher time frame. This is just accumulation still. I don't see any manipulation move on gold. It is still ongoing accumulation. This is higher time frame accumulation, and that's why that means that price action is a little bit challenging. On the 1 hour, so you would think it was this was a manipulation move, right? But what it did, it just we created a range, we go back into the range, and you just putz around. So basically, you're still in this higher time frame, but it makes it look like this is the manipulation, right? But they just created that range here to take it down, and then just so we did technically we did nothing. We just created one, we go back into it, and then we bracket 0. And the same with NQ. They did exactly the same with NQ yesterday. Um, Now for NQ, this was the accumulation, this was the manipulation, and this was the distribution move already. But it was very hard to trade, right? So, but technically, if you look at the higher time frame, again, let's go. Let's just go to the daily. Let's just say go. We have a range here. We have a range here that sweeps a little bit, and now we're going just back into the range. So we're still technically in this range here. But I do see a market make a buy model. But yeah, normally Thursday would be the distribution move, my favorite day. But I don't know. I do think we're going to get a manipulation move to the downside because we go over the weeklies. We had a Wednesday high, so we most likely will maybe get I think we get just a retracement, and then maybe Friday the continuation. Because look what we have here. I like this one here. So we are in a sort of distribution on the daily, right? It looks like it, but it doesn't feel like it at all. Not to me. But yeah. So it created the manipulation move, and then it's the distribution, but it's just in the same range. We didn't go much higher than we started here, and we ended up here as well. I'm back in consolidation. Yeah, tomorrow NFP, Abdo. Well, no. Tomorrow, no. That's the weird thing. So tomorrow we only have employment at 10. So tomorrow we only have core price index and consumer sentiment, but no ADP or NFP. So normally we have the non-farm on a Friday, and that gives the relief, but we only had the Wednesday ADP non-farm. So I don't know what's going on. That's why I'm a little bit confused. I'm hoping that the bad day, which is normally my Thursday, was yesterday, because we're not having that news on Friday that we normally have. So I have no idea. Maybe someone in the chat knows. So we do have news, but it's just a little bit different. So I'm just hoping that today might be a little bit more, yeah. But I think we're still in the distribution on NQ. I think we're going to go higher a little bit, and then maybe have a retracement down, and then maybe Friday and move upside again. We'll see. But Asia has been consolidating. We like that, right? Because that makes us a little bit more. We might have a good entry today. Let's go to the levels here. But hey, listen, you can say anything what you want about the market. I mean, it's just so manipulative at the moment. I feel like everything is sort of like, not all, yeah, it's sort of like you can have your analysis, but I mean, you have to also accept that it can be totally wrong, right? Because, I mean, I've been wicked out every time, or it just really does really weird things that you, yeah, it's just very manipulative and just very hostile. I want to say it's almost hostile, very aggressive. So everything is just someone's analysis, and you have to go by something, right? But you have to have something to go off, then just journal it. And let's mark the 150 to 210 macro. Does help me. What did we do in the macro? Why are you not giving my line? There you go. 210, where are you? Okay, so what did we do in the macro? We had some consolidation, and then we had a small move to the upside. Did we take out any liquidity? We already took this liquidity here. Asia high was already, okay, Asia high is taken in the macro. Okay, interesting. just before the macro. Okay, Asia high taken in just before macro. Then we went down. We have one fair value gap here created, which is in the old London one, so I'm not going to mark it. 130 to 2. We don't have anything else in this macro. Okay. The daily, let's see. Well, this looks very bullish, right? If you look at the daily on NQ. We have change in state delivery here. We have a breaker here. A breaker here. We've got a flat bottom candle here, which is not. Oh, we do have a little wick here. Okay. It looks like we are sort of done with. We don't need to do. We have a little bit of a gap here, but it's very minimal. Wicks here. Now let's see if we could go. If price goes into this wick here. I think we need to grade this one here. This one is important. That's the only point of interest. Where are we? 423. So where's the midpoint? 515. Oh shit. Sorry guys. I need to go on this one to the 4. $5.15. Yeah, so I'm trying to look like if we ever move down, because I still have my eyes on this level here, the previous 10 o'clock. Hey, Casey, how's it going? I made the 3K on top, so I just got to activate. I can trade now. See whenever I get the email. Oh well, hey, good, well done, Casey. Well done. In this week, did you have a winning trade yesterday? Okay, so I'm very interested. Like I said, this area here that I was eyeing yesterday, those equal lows with a little gap here, and it's also the open price of the 10 o'clock 4-hour candle. So I'm just looking like if we have a. So I'm actually I'm bullish on NQ, but I'm sort of like waiting for that move to the downside, or I'm just going to take a long from somewhere in this area. If I miss that trade, I'm just going to wait until we tag this area. But I would rather, even though I have a bullish bias, I would like to take a short because this is just really engineered liquidity, and Asia is also juicy to be taken out. But this is so. Look at this. This is just. Oh. I mean, it's not a beautiful. No, I did not do well yesterday. Yesterday was I had losing trades on my demo, my paper trading, but also I lost $100 on my eval. I was aiming for. I thought we would take this out during the lunch macro, but we just went up. And in hindsight, it was actually very, obvious. AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and having London, Asia high as equals, plus we created one at 8 o'clock. It was obvious that we were going up, but I thought we might have one move down and then, because it was still in the OTE area here. So but it just kept on grinding, grinding, grinding with minor, uh, yeah. So no, not did, but I had a really really good session, Casey, in the PM session. A lot of just a lot of fun in the chat. I did a stream for 5.5 hours with very nasty price sections. So I mean, we had fun. Are you talking about gold, Smoking Joe? Let me see. Are you 4186? Are you still in your short? Um, gold rejected 1 hour FUG at the moment. Yes. Hey, there's just too many. For me, there's just too many things up here that I just I would I don't know. Um, I wouldn't consider this a very strong order block as well. And this gap really is sort of like, I don't know. Also, what I also use in my analysis is I use the event horizon a lot. That's the midpoint between two NWOGs, and we did manage to get above it. But let's see. I mean, I hope for you that are you still in? Hey, Raiden. Hello. How is it going? Hey, listen. It could do. I mean, you could be totally right. I mean, I've been off all day yesterday, so don't listen to me. um, I'm just gonna paper trade today because I'm traumatized since yesterday, having 3 losses. No, I'm joking, but it's never. I just know that I have to be aware. Um, I don't get traumatized very quickly, but I did not like it though. Let's see, let's see. So we touched this level here. So Abdo, you are going no trigger yet, waiting. You set the order. 4192 was Abdo setup. 4192 stop 4195. Oh, that's a nice small stop also as well. And 4186 also. Okay. 4192. Oh, so you're waiting to go short from there. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we just have to be. It's just that other news. I just don't know this news that I'm gonna Google it right now, guys. The Challenger job cuts. I have never, because I used to, when I journal, I used to make a print screen of the news and all the time. Then I was trying to, I did find out like that I don't do well when there's 10-year bond auctions. It's a yellow folder, but when I see that, I just stay out until 1 p.m. So sometimes yellow fallen news can, I don't know, they just do create some weird price action. I want to Google Challenger. It sounds nice though, Challenger. Yeah, Challenger job cuts. Challenger job cuts. Challenger job. What is it? What is the impact on futures? So a significant year-over-year, year-to-year increase in challenger job cuts typically suggests a weakening labor market and economy, leading to a negative impact on stock market futures and a rally in bond futures as investors seek safer assets. Impact on future markets. A higher than expected Y-to-Y increase in job cuts is generally considered a bearish signal. It indicates that companies are cutting back significantly, often due to concerns about cost, consumer spending, and economic conditions. This leads to a decline in stock futures as investors anticipate lower corporate earnings and an economic slowdown. A high number of job cuts is generally seen as negative or bearish. For the US dollar, while lower than expected number is bullish. A weakening labor market suggests a less robust economy, which can devalue the currency relative to others. And what do we well, we don't know what it's going to do. Do they have a prediction on it? Let me check. I want to check because I do think I have in the one that I post in the Discord. I think it does show predictions sometimes. But still, sometimes when the news is bearish, it still makes a manipulation move to the upside sometimes, right? Which can take a whole day. So it doesn't really sometimes mean anything. Where's my news? My weekly. Where is my news? Let me see. What's the forecast? So this is the thing. When I created this week, it wasn't there. Oh, challenger job, it is. Okay, forecast, previous 175.3, and it doesn't say the forecast. Unemployment claims, it does give the forecast. Previous 216K and the forecast 220K. Now, I don't know what that means actually, to be honest. So it's less high than last time, or it's higher than last time. The forecast. Okay, well. Hey, Gatu, hello. Everyone losing jobs in America, really? Okay. And that's not too good. Well, they should buy, I guess that they call it challenging, but they should buy challengers and get into trading then, right? Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. In all honesty, I think as long as we're in this N walk and NQ, I think price action is going to be like this. It's going to be like this. Let's see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Now, Thursday 132. 9. How about MNQ on the 5-minute? It has 2 rejections from the last liquidity grab and seems a good chance for to finish. Let me have a look, Abdul. Let me have a look. You know what I see? We created equal, on the 15-minute, we created equal highs again here. Let me go to the 5-minute. Okay, so that's what you mean. We had like, we took, this is the liquidity grab you're referring to, and then because it's rejecting here, it goes down. Yeah. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. When did it happen? Ooh, 226, 227. Yeah, that could be the start of a run to the downside. But I prefer when it happens at between 221 and 223. But let's see if it holds. Because normally when you have like the 20 to 40 run, well, but let's see if 26 is good enough. 227. You mean a move to the downside? Is that what you're referring to? We did create equal highs on the 15, on the 215 candle. Let's see on what the ES did on the 15. Am I on the 15? Yes, I'm on the 15. So we have equals here. I guess we can consider this, well, it is technically not, I mean, if you have equals or one lower than the other, is that SMT? Or is equal same as not taken out? Because it doesn't show it, right? So I'm curious about that, because now we don't, it doesn't show SMT, but I wonder if just equals, I think it has to go over it to create the SMT, and not like just being lower or equal is divergence. But it sort of is, right? I wonder, because it never shows it when one is equal, or maybe it was one tick below it as well, NQ. I guess so. Let me see. I just want to make sure that the high, this one is 669.70, 669.75, 669.75. Okay, so they're exactly equal. They're exactly equal. I don't trust it as a short, to be honest. Just, I don't know. I just feels off. I cannot really say it why, but I wouldn't trust. I just. But normally when they create equals, it doesn't take it out very quickly, right? It needs like one macro between 227, maybe in the 250. Maybe it's going to take it out at the 253.10 run. I don't trust this short for some reason yet, but who knows? We have a wick here. It's all in the same area. We already balanced, you know. This is a breaker. If this would be a bullish breaker, which could be, the bodies are above this one, and this one is a bullish breaker, then we're already retesting the breaker. There's not really, it's such a small area, but if this will be the breaker, right, then we are already testing it. It needs to go all the way through this area to become bearish. We've got wicks here. We've got a gap here. Could be. We go all the way to this little gap. But is this rebalance? I don't think gold is ready to go down because of those. There's so much liquidity still here. I think everything is going to be distorted today, unfortunately. See, because what's happening here might be happening here as well now, right? I'm on the 15 on this one. Look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We already 1, 2, 3. It might not be 9, but it might be some. We might get some distortion as well here. Our patience is tested. Patience is tested. Oh, look at the 4 hour. How ugly. Oof. Stuck between two large wicks. That means up and down, up and down, up and down. That means go into this wick, go into this wick, go in and until one of the two breaks. So for me, it's I'm just unless I really see, like, for example, if it's like a event horizon to an end walk, but now we're in a bloody end walk. What we can do, by the way, let's grade this. Let's give this a grade. Let's see if we can find any logic. Let's see if we can find any logic in this bloody hell of PA. Someone yesterday in the chat said PA is doom and gloom. He had a really nice way. I said, oh, I'm going to remember it, but I forgot already. Then he said something about doom and gloom price action, and he was right. It is doom and gloom. Anyone who makes money, hey, I salute you. Teach me how in this PA. Okay, let's go to the lower time. Let's see if we can find any logic. Let's see if we can see any logic. So I just graded the upper half because we are bouncing into that. Okay, so this is the half, and then this is the quarter, 1/3, and halfway. Now, so as long as we stay below the 15% of this area, we might. So once we get below this area, it might be a short, right? So let's see if we stay. Now it's between the 1/3 and the 0.5 level. Let's see if it consolidates here and then maybe break out to one of the two. I think I'm going to take the end walks as long as we're in. I don't get my event horizons anyway, so I'm going to take it off because it's too much green on my chart. So here we go. I'm fed up with these. I want to see the levels. So we know we're in the end walk as long as. But I want the end walks on my chart because it helps me with. Oh, I'm going to put the end dogs maybe on. Maybe that will give some clarification. Because then I have my event horizons. But now, because we're stuck in that end walk, hold on, guys, 1 second. Oh, sorry. I need to get my other. There we go. Okay, we're back. If in 15 minutes, if gold closes below 1 area, it has a chance to keep going lower. Well, we're in the macro now. Let's see what the macro gives us. What I see is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And on the higher time frame, I also see accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I really see a move to the. I really don't see a move to the upside right now. I really don't think it's done to go up. So I think it's going to go up. Let's see. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Did go up. Okay, let's see. Now it also could be if you have a market maker sell buy model. Where do we go into? We go into original consolidation. So it could also be done. Okay, I can frame it both ways. So for me, that's I have to stay out because I hear what I think you could be right, but I also like It also could be accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but I could also see a market maker sell buy model. Where do we go into? Into original consolidation. But we also have original consolidation up here. But we also have consolidation up here. So that makes it very confusing, right? It's not very clear what is the original consolidation of the move. So where is the model going to end? But I am inclined to go more to the upside first. So I do think we're going to go higher, but hey, I'm staying out at the moment. We didn't take out this. We rejected here in this block here. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, you cannot be greedy in these. I mean, if you had such a good trade, Smoking Joe, I would really not, just take the money and just be happy because you had a really, really such effing good trade. And it's such a shame if you give it back, just because you want those other points. But you can also always re-enter, right? When it goes high, you just re-enter. You take it, you let it do a thing, and you enter when it goes into the OTE zone, and then you go back to the downside again instead of giving it back in profit. I mean, in days like this, you just have to take your money and run and just reassess and get back into it. Because if you had such a good trade, I mean, in NFP week, you're in NFP week, right? But yeah, this is a very significant level, and it really took out, it really hit a rejection spot. So I wonder if it's, for me, this little gap here, and we've got the daily open and settlement price here. So I'm just wondering how far, but I do think this little gap is in play. 4299. Let's see. What did we do at 2:30? We here. So we created the, yeah, let's see what this macro is going to do. 15-minute wick here. This wick is higher than this wick. Now you see what it's doing here. This line is Asia low. We wick through it, and this wick is already higher than this wick. So I would be very careful with the short. I would, yeah. I might paper trade this, by the way. I don't think I'm going long. Breaker, retest. Okay, I'm gonna go paper trade, only paper trade, guys. Why? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do it here. I don't care if it goes there and if it's not a trade, but stop loss. I'm using this breaker here, and I'm considering this the retest of this breaker. So my stop loss is gonna go below the breaker. And this is the breaker I'm looking at. And I have a retest in a macro. Activation, retest. But it could be weak. It's just a 1 minute structure, so it could be very weak. Let's see if I have a breaker on the 3 minute. Yes, I do. Here is the breaker on the 3. Let's see, do I have a breaker on the 5? Yes, I do. Okay. So my stop should be safe, but if I get stopped out, it's just not going. But I do think it's going. But I see a gap here on the 5, so I might have to take it lower. Let's see. This might be a little bit too high because I see this gap before the first presented fair value gap of yesterday, so this might be the test. So I'm going to lower my TP here. Don't be greedy on days like this. It's just a paper trade, guys. I'm not touching anything right now, but hey, paper trades are just as important to get back on the to see if you're right and if what is the market doing what you think, and then because structurally, I mean, if it's a wrong trade, I'm okay with it because the structure presents itself, and if it doesn't do it, I just know the market is just being nasty, and I'm okay if this is a losing trade. I'm sort of expecting it almost because it's so acting the way it is. But structure is there. It's a breaker. It's oh well, I don't really like this, but let's look here though. But on the 3 minute, it's a good structure still. But this is actually a down close candle. That's actually bearish. But let's see how far it goes up, if it goes up. This is a bearish order block. Got this here. Did we retest this? Yes, we did here already. We went down. Yeah, no, I'm still. It's okay. We just don't take it too high. Just don't expect too much of it. We have low expectations. Um, 0.2, 2.5. Okay, so let's see if this is a valid trade. Let's see if we can get over the first percent fair value gap of the midnight session. So that's right over here, right? So that's why it's so hard when you have a lot of wicks. But I do think that we already rejected the 1.25. That's right over here. I like that we had this rejection. Then I'm sort of like trusting the trade. Then 175 is here, and then 2.5 is here. Let's see if I can make it to 2.5. I put my stop loss right over here. There's a gap here, so it's sort of like I have a valid trade in the sense that even though I don't trust the market at all, my trade is valid, and even if I would be in with my EVA and if I would lose, I'm willing to accept the risk because I can have it's a solid setup. Structurally, I can explain it to myself, and then I just accept the risk. But it's a paper trade. Yeah, but you're waiting for a short, right, Abdo? I don't think it's ready for the short yet. I don't don't think it's ready for the short yet. Let's see. Well, it could be that sometimes the macro you can divide it by half, right? So the half of the macro goes to the upside, and then it turns during the rest. So let's see about what it's going to do here. But for me, it's just if it invalidates the breaker, then it's if it goes through that level and invalidates that breaker, it's not longer valid for long. That's okay. What the? Oh gosh! All these workers coming by and doing stuff. Oh. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we had a storm and so many trees fell and so many people have issues on their property. But sometimes the workers, they come and I leave everything almost, my gate is open, and then sometimes people just come in and then that's okay, then I need to check. I should close my gate, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if the short is in yet. If it happens, it needs to happen before 3:03. Let's see. 3 o'clock has been printing. If we switch, we have to do it before 3 past 3. But it could be. I mean, hey, on the 5-minute, that wasn't really a good breaker, so. It's okay, Dolly. It's okay, Dolly. Let's see what price is going to do. Yeah, I wouldn't. I think it's. I would be. I hope it goes to this one here. Let me mark it. Because if it does not go there, it might be in play later today. This little gap. And the 3-minute. Okay, it's 3 past 3. Let's see if it turns. Yeah, I'm still. Well, you can see my trade, so I'm obviously we have a different bias, but I love it when we have different biases, right? I mean, I'm not going to ban you for it. I like it. I mean, it's always good to have different. Everybody has to trade for themselves and have their own, and we share it here just because it's good to have different biases, and it's also important for anyone, not to get influenced. But well, obviously you get influenced, but you need to find your own analysis. And sometimes we can have a different bias, but my trade might be a longer one. I'm willing to take, for example, drawdown. And for example, Abdo has a very short trade in mind, and he's just taking a short, and I am in a long trade, and I'm accepting that drawdown, which is his trade for a short, for example. So we could still both be be green, right, in the end. So it just depends on how people frame their trade or their setup. And sometimes one of us is wrong, and that's okay. There's no shame in that. There's really no shame in being wrong, because that's where you learn from. I really don't feel any. I only feel shame when I get in a trade and I am impatient and I don't have a proper. But if I can frame it and I'm wrong, I don't really care. I don't feel any shame because I'm on stream, because it's part of trading. But I do feel shame when I start which I sometimes I fall into that trap. But then I do feel shame, like, oh my god, it's just I couldn't control myself. I didn't have any discipline. And you'll see that when it will happen once in a while. You see that I get hasty and I start, yeah, you just don't feel comfortable. And when I get like this, okay, there's a breaker and time, it's a macro, things line up, but then the market is just the FUL goes on. Okay, whatever. um, yeah. So this is also like an inversion right now, right? You see that here. So let's see if it can goes through it. Okay, so yeah. 6 bars, 6 bars. So there's no body going into the. So you see, it's funny that Abdo, your trade is sort of like invalidated. My trade is not going anywhere. So that already tells you, right? Shorts are not working. Longs are not really doing anything in the macro. So it might spike up or one of the two, but then you already know, like, okay, it's just 250 to 310, not doing anything on both sides. It's like don't put your money on the line, because it's just not really. And we have to wait till the next macro. Maybe the 320 to 40 might give a little bit of a run. But it's just going to do what it's either going to one of the sides, and it's going to either invalidate the long or the short. But it's one either or. But it's very well. It's 7 pass. If it could, this is not too far to go to, but then it might probably spike to it. Let's see if it goes to this volume imbalance. Okay, we are 8 past, so now I don't trust it. I'm not trusting the time anymore. So if I get stopped out in, I'm gonna break into break even, not to have a losing trade, because it's already time is not in my favor anymore. So I'm okay with that. I would do that as well on my if I would be in my account, because it's 8 past 3, and it should have been running already. And if not, if it stops me out, I'm fine with that. Normally you want a little bit, a few ticks for your commissions and stuff like that. So you want to be stopped out in commission, just making some money. So then you don't have a losing trade. So you have another bullet to play with, right? There you go. There you go. So for me, that's time. Um, Now I actually would be interested in a short from here. You know why? There's no body going into this inversion. It tapped 1.75. It's most likely going to disrespect this breaker here. This was actually would be my set now, but I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it, because you still have this breaker. It really needs to break this breaker, or but I like it. I do like these levels, because it's sort of reacting at my 0.25, 0.75 from the way I calculated. And there's okay, but are we going to 2.5? Because if this is the manipulation move, this is the distribution. But again, like yesterday, the distribution move took all day. It just grinds up, grinds up, grind up, grind up. It's just a small grind up. Let me calculate the how much. I do want to see. So is this 2.5? Let's see. Did we make 2.5 to the downside? 3. 2.5, a little bit lower. So this was 3.5. 3.5, 1.75. Are we done? We're just going up halfway of this move. Rejection block on the 15 right here. See that? So this move is 3.5 standard deviation, and this move from here, calculate from both from the manipulation move. So this is 1.75. This is 3.5. It's exactly, we went to the mid, we tapped into the midpoint. There's no body in this inversion. So I now, Abdo, now I would be more interested in like, okay, is this now really, are we done with this move? Now I'm like, okay, maybe we are going to go down again because it's very algorithmic, right? 3.5, 1.75. It's exactly half. Hey Glenn, you mean the live video, my recap? Is that what you refer to? Just my unscripted. I just try to make recaps for myself from the short. I try to shorten my long streams. And ever see like a trade, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? We have to show everything. But it's like my own. It's like my own trading journal. So I'm not really editing anything anymore. I'm just like, you know what? Just putting it out there, and like, it's my trading journal. You're allowed. I'm sharing it. You're allowed to peek. That one. Yeah, I think you're referring to that. If so, if not, let me know. Then I haven't been posting much other things besides the live stream and a few shorts uh, and my trading journal. Okay, you see this wick here on the 15-minute? So it's sort of like rejecting there in there. So I don't know. I'm still. I'm not in a trade, Abdo. I'm not in a trade. I'm not. I'm not putting any money on the line, even if there's a FUG. There's a wick. I'm still bullish because there's a wick here, and it's rejecting in there. So I'm still more bullish than bearish, to be honest. But I'm not in it. I'm not in it because I've already been stopped out. I can frame it both ways. Like I could frame it short and I can frame it long. And you know, we always say we don't dibble in the middle. And this is one of those areas. Um, there's a breaker, but as long as we're not breaking the breaker, I'm bullish. But I can also frame a short from here because of how it's reacting. Like I said, this manipulation move was no, you won't. Hey Abdul, listen, you can say whatever. If I'm in a trade and I'm fine with it, I don't care, but I do want you to share whatever you feel. But everyone who's in the chat here, you know, everybody is free to do whatever they want, and everybody should say their bias and what they think, but no one is here trying to change anyone's mind. And I'm also not, I'm just doing my thing on my channel, and I hope people are not taking it as a signal, but just as um, it's just educational. It's just my mind. I'm just speaking my mind, and it's not that I think I'm always right, right? Because I know I can always be wrong, but you have to even though you are knowing that you could be wrong, you have to be confident in your trade setup and okay to accept the risk. So every trade that I put on, I'm okay to accept the risk. So that's it. But hey, Abdo, talking about FUG, there doesn't have to be always a FUG. That's the simplest form of trading, is only looking at the FUG. Um, um, so I don't agree with, oh, there's no FUG, so you can't be it can't be a long, because there's more to look at. Because I'm still bullish, to be honest. Now I won't enter the trade anymore because I'm a little bit, it's just for me going back and forth, but I'm still bullish, to be honest. And actually, I'm more bullish now. What happened here of this here? So I'm actually more bullish than bearish. Um, but so everyone just, whatever, if you want to share your buys, and if it's different than mine, please just share it. And everybody, we're here to learn, and we're just here to um, to find out new things. I mean, and it's like, especially in markets like these, like, okay, what are we looking at? Now Abdo is talking about the FUG. I'm looking at the wicks, and we're just observing what it's going to do. It could do either or, but no, I love it, Abdo. It's good. Don't worry. Keep on doing it. I love it. And in all honesty, I think the chat and the people that we have here are not I don't know if you guys saw that I have changed my banner as well. 'Cause I have unsubscribed to a couple of people that I used to like, because they have turned just into car salesmen. It's just only about affiliate links, giveaways, and you can tell it's also a different crowd. They only come for and I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about um, prop firms all the time. I mean, we use them, but um, there you go. This wick gave it away from me just now. Like, okay, I like it because we get a rejection here. We'll see, but it's rejecting again here, right? But I really wanted to see go up here. Okay, now we have a body in that. Now we have a body here. So now I am. Now we are. So this is time distortion, right? It just doesn't do it. You have a. This was a very nice retest, but the retest is outside macro. But 312 can still be macro, because we say 10-2 to 10 past, but it actually can also be quarter-2 to quarter past. Now, when do we use those times? Now you see 245. What did it do? 245 we rejected here in this rejection block. So if you see something like this happen, right, then you can extend also the macro to quarter past. So let's see if we need. Oh, it's already 18 past. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Now we could reject here as well, because what do we have here? A wick, another wick here on the 15. So we're going from wick. So this is what I mean from wick to wick. So if it goes here, you can almost have a safe trade to here, but then from here and in this price action, I would be very careful again. So the shorts are really, your trades are really short then, right? So you reject from here. So that's why you wick to wick, 7 points, 6 points. Well, I don't really do that, but I didn't take those short trades, but okay, we are at midnight right now, so most likely we're going to go down again. I do think we're going to go up, but it's going to be back and forth until we reach this 4 unit balance. it's sort of similar to what happened with NQ. Yes, that's why, you know, you look like NQ really. I mean, I don't know how many people are here that were on the stream yesterday, but even though price action was shitty, it does help when you just sit through it and you take read and you start recognizing things. So now I'm looking at this. I said, this looks like yesterday's price action. It just goes up, 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 slowly, grinds, grind, grind. It's sort of like almost similar. So, you know, and then if it will go up, I'm like, okay, you know, maybe because I've sat through the hell yesterday, even though we had a lot of fun on the chat and we made time still passed by really fast. You still learn from it, and especially when you start, I think it's not wasted time. I think to just sit through it and start seeing, okay, what if it doesn't happen in a macro. So that's what I'm trying to do, also to start recognizing like what happens in macro, so I can also identify it sooner. Like, okay, you know what, this macro doesn't do it. If then I come back at 2 o'clock or whatever. But it's still, I think we have some new variations right now. It feels like that a little bit, but it still helps looking at the at price, right? And for example, here, if you have a wick here at 6 past and it goes into the range and you see midnight has not been tagged yet, you're like, okay, maybe we're still going up because midnight hasn't been tagged and it's already outside macro. And we're really, really close. Now, sometimes it goes all the way back down, right? We've seen that. But the high or low of London session is mostly created between 2:30 and 4 a.m. Sort of like something to go by on. Now, what have we done so far? 2 a.m. was this. 2:45 is this. So I'm also sort of like a little bit bullish because I'm thinking we haven't formed a real low yet after 2:30 or high, and we're already going upwards, and we have a breaker here. So I'm sort of thinking that we are going up higher to form a London high, a London session high. That's what I think, using this logic. But again, I could still be wrong. You could slam down and form a low, but let's see. 323. What time did we make that move down? Let me go to the 1 minute because I need to see. Oh, we formed, okay, we have a London high here. Did we? Yes, because this is not London session. So this could be the London high. Let's see. So it's happened to midnight. It's bouncing on the first presented. It's 323. It could do a run and not take out liquidity. 2240 could just run to somewhere and just make some meters. This technically could be London high if we don't go higher. If it doesn't make a low, this could be it. Then it goes. It doesn't have to take out the low. Let's see. So then that means just consolidating, right? Is just a scenario because it did take out liquidity here below the first presented. Oh, I'm so happy that I'm not in this price action. It's already such a win that I recognize it. For me, that's already like, okay, you know what? I'm really happy. Thank you for subscribing. I don't even know how much subscribers I had before, but I think people subscribe. I don't see any. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see if we formed London high, or are we going to do it in the 350 to. I'm inclined to. I'm still bullish, I guess. I'm still bullish, but Okay, okay. You know, also with on days like this, it doesn't mean shit. It goes back and forth of the first percent of London. It makes a wick, yeah. So you will be bearish again, right here. But it just creates wicks, and they disrespect the first presenter. They disrespect the wicks. I don't know. You see, this is what I mean. It's like, oh, you're like, oh my God, look at, we have a wick here in this one that's bearish. That got me yesterday a couple of times as well, and then so it really helps looking at this price section and thinking, okay, you could just disrespect the wicks again. So I think they're going to use they're going to use the run to go to the upside a little bit on gold. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh wow, NQ going down. Look where it tapped into 0.5. Oh, is it my move? Is it that 10 o'clock, that level? Is it my... Where's my level that I marked? It swapped it around. That's annoying. What happened to that Asia, New York? What happened to my markings? London? Damn, that's my level, I think. Where is the 10 o'clock candle? Oh, it's further down. Oh, here it is. That's a long way down. Okay, now that's still a little bit. I'm like, oh, it's already taking it out. Okay, let's just have a look at gold quickly, and then I think it might be interesting. We have some movement on NQ now. Okay, let's see if it now it's gonna break. Uh, 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 uh. Okay, NQ, a gold. Let's have a look at it. I like what NQ is doing. NQ went Wow, look at this. This is all engineered liquidity, right? You see how this looks almost similar as to what happened here in this leg. So it's all fractal, right? Look at this leg here. It's almost similar to this leg. So we tap into a 0.5 exactly here and we rejected off. This is a higher time frame wick that I use, and it works like a charm. It just works. I think it's a monthly. I think that's the monthly wick again. Let me check. What did I mark here? What wick are you? Is it a 1 hour wick? A weekly one? Why did I not mark you? Oh, I know. There was the that was the the N walk wick. Remember, I marked the N walk. Because it's such a large range, I just marked the midpoint to the top, and so here we tapped in the 0.5 and we rejected from it. Wow. Okay. You see here already that the bodies didn't go over the zero. I'll put it back on because I think it's interesting. I think that's really good knowledge to work with. Why are you not going on? So you see the N walk here. So it was the 0.5 until the midpoint, and the 0.5 here. So I took the midpoint from the large N walk and just graded it. And the 0.5 here, this is the reaction here. Exactly at 2. Wow. And then it gave the move at the 3 right back into this little volume imbalance. It's so algorithmic, right? Isn't that beautiful, guys? Isn't it beautiful? It actually literally already told us bodies are not going over the 50%. It's getting tired. Let's see. We have S&T maybe at 3 because no, still not. But it's okay. Two. Oh, we actually had. Uh, Not really. Well, there is sort of like SMA. I don't know if you can consider this because this one is wickless and this one didn't even go above the open. It's sort of like maybe a hidden SMT or something. On the lower time frame, this definitely is SMT, but I don't know if I really consider lower time frame. So that it's not really distribution. I can't trust it too much. But it's still within the range. We're still in this. I mean, it's a nice drop, but look, we are still the body, no body below this. It's again just, we are still in the higher time frame consolidation. Mm. Yeah, it's just time. We are really in time distortion. It's just distorting. It just some moves are just um, we really have to wait until the news. I'm not touching anything on my. I'm really not interested in anything, even though this might have looked like a nice move, but I think it's still distorting. You can see. Look on the 1 hour. It's just a manipulation. It's just taking out a bunch of liquidity, going back into a volume imbalance. Don't fall for you really can't fall for the strap, even though it hits 0.5. But as long as we're in this, it's technically you really want to see a body close below the 0.5 of that whole N walk, like a full 15 or 1 hour. Maybe I would really want to see a 15-minute or 1 hour body close below to be short, but if it doesn't happen, I'm still bullish, to be honest. Technically, this is the whole range. The whole range, the higher time consolidation. Well, now we're just consolidating in this area, but yeah, just consider it the 0.5, and now you're just wicking through it. It's just a wick. And a wick is just manipulation, and that's time distortion. Just takes out this liquidity here. I want to see the 4 hour. It is so. Yeah, this is my 10 o'clock. I'm still waiting for this one here. I'm really interested in this. I want to see this 10 o'clock open price being. I'm ready for that move. If it go down, I'm ready for that move because it's going to be. I think we're going to get so much time. We might go up, but once it goes, and I'm ready for this one here. It's going to be on one of my beautiful distribution trade. This 10 o'clock a.m. the open price of this one. I'm waiting for you, baby. I'll catch that one. You can do whatever you want, but I'll be ready for this one. I'm gonna hunt this one. I mean, I'm gonna wait like a sniper for that. I'm okay in Q. You can take your time, but now gold. Gold is just. You know, I hate this price action. I really hate it, but there's just nothing to. Look at the 4 hour wiki. You see how this volume imbalance, how they, even though you see there is price action, sell side, buy side to it on the 4 hour, but you see how valuable they stay, right? Those 4 hours. So I use them, I leave them on my chart. This one here, and you see again how the wick just goes to the bottom to it and doesn't go lower. It just takes out all the liquidity in once. And now on the lower time frame, you will see a few times back and forth. But I'll show you what I mean. So every wick has been almost, so this wick, this took this one, and this wick, the longer wick, this one rejects into it, and this one rejects into this one. Now this one is the first one that opened higher than this close. That's always very interesting when you see that. You have to stay, okay, now we might, well, then it went into the 0.5, and then we went down and took out, we manipulated all the way down. Now what else do we have here? Are we ready to go down to that? Because there's no more we don't need to take out liquidity here anymore, right? We're done on NQ. We took out Asia low. We already took out Asia high as well. So Asia high was taken out in the 2 o'clock candle, and Asia low has been taken by 3 o'clock candle. So on Nasdaq, we created a London low, not a London high. Well, technically we did also. Yes, we did. So what to expect now if we've done that? I don't know. Maybe nothing. Maybe just consolidation again. Let's see. We still have the 410, 350 to 410 macro coming. Are you going to go? Well, maybe it's going to distribute to the downside. There's no SMT, right? Maybe at 445. Let's see. 445. I want a 15 minutes. Just a live stream is nice to see what other traders are observing and trading. It takes courage to do so. Things I trade NQ, not gold. Okay, yeah. I started doing gold just because of the stream, and people were telling me that, oh, gold is really nice. And I must say that when I started looking into gold, I really liked it. And my setups were literally, I could use the same setups and the same logic on gold. But then after a few weeks, I had a few really good trades on it. But the last few weeks, it's been really, really different. It's just been very, I just, higher time frame consolidation, and I just went back to NQ a little bit more than in gold. But I'm still keeping it in on the back. If there's an opportunity, I'll take it. But I don't know it as well as I know NQ, right? Because NQ I've been trading it like very, very extensively for 3 years. So then you know the levels, and you know sort of what to expect. Sometimes like, oh, you get to know an instrument when you trade it only that one for a long time. I do like that, to trade one thing for a long time, but I think as to be on stream, it's good to have some difference. But hey, I'm not gonna branch out too much because it takes more journaling, it takes more analysis, and I prefer just to keep it focused to NQ and gold at the moment. I think that's enough for me now. Mm-mm-mm. Now let's have a look at gold again. It just F's with everyone, the shorts and the longs. It doesn't matter what you use. I think the breaker is still holding though, but it could break anytime. It could also just spike up to the upside anytime. It's a bit of a toss right now, right? But uh, what did we do? 245. We didn't take out the low. We did take out Asia. What's Asia high? Low? 315. We created a high here. We rejected in this block. Now we created a wick here. We're rejecting in this block. So we're just going back and forth. We rejected in this wick. We rejected in this wick. See what's doing? This one rejected in this wick. Then this candle rejects in this wick. Now this candle is most likely going to reject in this wick. So that is going maybe into this little gap here. Let's see if that's the case. We have a little volume imbalance here. Let's see if that candle we are forming now is going to go in here. We already went into this here though, but it is in this wick. So let's see if she's going to tap into it or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that's something. Let's see. 344. See, those wicks give me guidance. Like, okay, if this one tapped in this wick, if this one already is here, what is the next step? Is either this wick or this wick, or it's going to take this liquidity now because we have already been rejecting here. So let's see. Now we have a bottomless candle, so now either or is going to create a little bit of a wick here. That was weird. How is that possible? You create an open lower and then there's no wick and you have, oh, that's because I'm on the 15. Okay, I was like, that's weird. Yeah, this is bearish. Let's see how far it's gonna, where it's gonna go. We opened lower. I like that. Let's see. We have a gap here as well. Let's see if it goes below this wick, because then if it doesn't reject here, then it doesn't have to reject here as well. Then because it rejected here already, then we could go down to this level here and create a low for before the London for before 4 o'clock. That's important. Okay, I want to see how it reacts here. You're gonna go through it, or is it gonna reject here? Okay. You see, it's just creating another equal low maybe, and then also on the higher time frame, or are you gonna go give up the ghost? You see all this liquidity here, high, lower, lower. Technically, these 3 wicks are a trend line. Now the question is, are they going to take out liquidity of the downside, or are they going to use this breaker to take out this liquidity that's been formed until 341? Are they going to use the macro to do that? It's trend line liquidity. Beautiful. Now this wick took out this, but got into this wick. Now let's see if it's enough to go further down, or are you going to go back up? Because we have the same here, right? We've got a high, higher high. And this is what you have with a lot of wicks. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ping pong. Now, let's see where Asia is again in regards to. Have a good one, Abdo. Yeah, what time is it now? It's I'm gonna wait to the 350 to 410 macro. Favorite time of the day, of the favorite macro of the London session, I should say. I don't want to disrespect any other macros. They all have their own charm, but the 350 to 410 is a nice macro in London time. We like it. We like it. Okay, it's getting weak now. Gold is getting weak. We are below this one now. Okay. Breaker's gonna break. Let's see if we can get a nice low A London low. Yes, a London gold low. We got a candle here. Anyway. One, two. Let's see if it's gonna make this. If this is gonna be the new low. Hey, Levi Trace, marry me. What do you have to offer? No, I'm just joking. Let's see if it's just making another wick here, and maybe it doesn't leave even this area. Let's see what it does. 3:52 macro time, baby. Yeah. I'm so happy that I'm not in a trade. Let me quickly look at NQ because I want to know what NQ is doing as well. NQ is going up, up, up. Wow. I think it's catching a lot of people off guard that they think it's going short, right? And then it just goes back up. Look how they equal lows. It's just all trend line liquidity taking up for the grab. You make almost 400, 350K per month, and I'm not bad looking. Oh gosh, that's a lot of money per month. Hey, what's your setup? What do you trade? Abdo might have it. Is Abdo holding your money? Is that what you're saying? Wow, look at this move, guys. This is what I mean. It's just so manipulative. It's just you have to be fast on your feet. You have to be really well. Okay, I like this though. Here, it goes back. You have a move up. It touches a first invalid is first presented. It retests. 345 can be sort of a macro if you have a retest of this inversion here. Could be okay, but I just don't trust anything right now. I'm not touching it, but I do think it's. I think I'm bullish on both still. There you go, gold as well. I cannot be bearish on both of them, but I just cannot trade it either. No, he took the whole chat. Welcome. I'm also ICT trader. I'm time based, but yeah, ICT made me profitable. So we have to thank ICT. Thank you, ICT, for sharing your knowledge and make us look into it more. I mean, in all honesty, it's not that I've studied ICT, but it also um, made me look into the charts more deeper and get very excited, like looking for those algorithmic signatures. Oh, you figured, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, hey, listen. Thank you, Knight, for subscribing. Um, it's very exciting when you start getting into ICT that what Levi Trades is saying is that you can get there. And I do believe that because I also figured out some stuff and there's some things that I would never ever share yet because I'm like, you know what? I'm still trying to figure out some things, but there are some. Is it really seriously that you can really sometimes define a whole dealing range up front. Where is it going to go? How far is it going to go? Because it's algorithmic, and the more you get into it, the more you can discover. And I'm just still a baby, but I know, I believe if Levi Trade says he knows, I know I believe him, because I know it's true. I definitely think anyone who puts the time into it and uses what he says and takes the time to journal a lot and get into it, you can reach that stage. And I am 100% certain of it. I believe you, Levi. I believe you. Yeah. But are you willing to share that? I can imagine if you figured it out, some things that ICT has not chosen to share. I understand that people do not share that. I do understand that because it takes a lot of time and effort to figure out those things. Now, I do believe in helping others and getting them to speed up their, but I can imagine if people figured out some stuff, which they figured out by spending a lot of time in it, that they don't have to share everything. But I believe you. How long have you been studying? How long have you been studying ICT, Levi? Trades. And you know what? I don't think you have to be very high. Well, you have to have some brain cells working, but it's. I don't think it's. You don't have to be Einstein, but you just have to put time in it and work a little bit harder than the average person. And then I think you can be ahead of most traders. I really think it just comes down to who's willing to put in the work. I share a lot, but I don't share everything. But I'm willing to share a lot, yes. But there are some things that I won't share, I think. But I am of the but I'll figure it out, don't worry. But I'm not I won't really share the because I want people to figure out on themselves. I do hope that people figure it out. Once you get it, it clicks, yeah. You think I share a lot of my secrets? I don't think I think it's part of the um, I do go over my a lot of things that I see, but I think a lot of people, if they're lazy, they don't even pick up on it. To be honest, they're just waiting for the signals, and the few people that are, I'm hoping that they pick up on it. Yeah, but Levi, do you think I share a lot? Do you think I share too much? I'm just curious because you said that. But yeah, how long did it take for you to figure out the really good stuff that ICT did not share? But he leaves, you know, if you listen well and he leaves enough for you, if you listen very carefully and you get into it, he actually does share more than he behind the lines. But people don't want to listen to the long winded streams, right? He hides a lot of gems. Okay, 4 a.m. 3:50. Yeah, the move. I mean, I'm okay to be not in it. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, breaker is gone. As an ICT trader, oh, as an ICT trader, I share too much. You think? That's what you're saying. So I should stop doing that. You can add another indicator. You want me to add another indicator? Okay. NQ. You want me? You have another indicator that I could add? Is that what you're saying? I don't get it with another. I think I have enough indicator. I've got too much things on my chart already. But hey, if you've got something good that I can put on my charts, which helps me, what makes things easier, I'm always open to that. But I need less things on my charts, to be honest. ICT, we also add actual stuff that works. Yes, we want to make things easier, right? Well, I only have things on the charts that I use that work for me. Like I'm a very much time-based traveler. I go more into time than actually ICT teaches because of other mentors. So I use time a lot. I've got more tabs open that I don't share because there's a lot of other things on that with more time-based things. Okay, let's see. We can go. Oh, we still have a little bit of time left. Let's see if we can get into this little gap here. Ah, this price action is actually not much fun, is it? I do notice, when I'm streaming that I don't mind tape reading, but if I'm not in it, I do find it, I do sort of like now I'm getting a little bit like, oh, I wish I was actually in a trade, even though the price action, because it's sort of running, I do get that feeling a little bit, which is not, I should not have really, to be honest, but I guess I'm not AI, so. Hey, Seek for Wisdom, how are you doing? I know Seek for Wisdom is taking notes. Seek for Wisdom. Levi says I share too much. Do you think so? I know she's one of the people that really, she's taking, she pays attention. And that's what I do it for. Right? Have you been trading Seek for Wisdom this morning? Time is important. Yes. Time is the most important thing. Price is secondary, right? Yeah, see? They love it. She loves it. But it helps me as well to go over sometimes because I'm still a baby. I'm an ICT baby still. You're 3 years in. You so sometimes I go over things and I hear myself. Oh, I'm actually contradicting myself, and then it helps me also to become a better trader. Are you in a long right now? Oh, yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm just I'm gonna wait after the news candle. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait after the news candle. 25614. Are you in a long on NQ? 25614. Ooh, you took the retest here. Enjoy your Mexican food, Levi. Enjoy. Um, what are you having? What did you order? Where are you from? I mean, it's very early here. I mean, I like Mexican food, but not at this time, I guess. But what are you eating? What are you having? Are you in the? No, you're not in the U.S. Tacos or actually it's not. I'm gonna make some Mexican again. Now you make me think about food. I'm actually very hungry to be honest. Hey, look, we've got equals here, and we have the 3 o'clock. So let's see if it goes above the 3 o'clock, because then What's your TP? So we're literally stuck between the zero point 0.5 level and that volume imbalance on the NQ in that N walk. So um, for me, it's still, I'm just not interested at the time because um, yeah, it is an Asia sweep, definitely right over here. So we swept both Asia and you are in California, and but it's sleeping time. Did you go out? Did you party? I'm Puerto Rican, and yes, I'm from Cali, and I'm having carne asada fries. I don't know what carne asada. I'm gonna Google it. Carne asada fries. Carne asada fries. I never heard of that. Carne asada. Oh, I'm getting more hungry, but oh, carne asada. Con carne is from meat, right? I actually don't eat meat, but I'm gonna eat chicken soup though. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, carne, yeah, okay, but carne. I think you missed you missed the end then. Carne asada fries. Okay, fries, basically fries with meat. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually a pescatarian. I only eat fish, but I'm gonna eat chicken soon. The rooster is still alive, by the way. But somebody offered me their gun. He said you can use my shotgun, my shotgun. I said, well, I don't know. I don't want to kill anything, but then again, I don't think I would mind if somebody else did. Somebody else, by accident, you know. Yeah, it's poor chicken. I know. Do you eat chicken? Seek for wisdom. I think I'm going to eat chicken again. I think chickens are made to be eaten. I think my mind. I think whatever entity is now showing me, like, you know what, let go of that whole thing, no meat. I mean, just eat chicken. Now I understand because no, I don't eat meat either, and I'm actually But the funny thing is, when I started to become, I've always been pescatarian. I always ate. I'm not vegan. I eat it, but I just don't eat meat. And actually, it really made me more healthy as well because there's a lot of hormones. In Europe, it's very hard to find hormone-free. In the Netherlands, because everything we're so overpopulated, everything is like farmed and jagged up with hormones. And but everyone was like asking me all the time, like, oh, so you don't eat meat, but you eat chicken. I'm like, well, chicken is an animal, it's meat, right? I'm like, why does everyone? But literally, that was a question that everybody asked me when I would say, yeah, I just don't eat meat. I just eat everything except meat. Oh, but you do eat chicken? I'm like, no, I'm like, I was so confused by that. But now I'm like, now I might be one of those people that is going to say, yeah, I don't eat meat except chicken. Now I accept why people maybe ask me. Maybe they were like, oh, fuck roosters. They need to be in chicken soup. But anyway, yeah. So, but I've understood that they're actually not allowed here. So I might get into a bad relationship with you. This guy, hey, listen, I met the old guy. He's deaf. He is deaf, so he doesn't hear that bloody rooster. I said, hey, we were talking about because his tree is going over and we have one tree falling over on his place. So I had to talk to him, and so he came out, and I said, hey, hello, I'm Irish, your new neighbor, and so we started talking, and then I said, hey, by the way, you know that your rooster is a star of my show, of my YouTube channel, and he says, he says, oh, does it bother you? I said, well, not really, but I noticed that you don't have any hens, right? Is that correct? And he says, no. I said, well, he's sort of bored, so he does make a lot of noise, yes, during the day. I don't mind it at night, I wake up and then his response was straight away like, but he first didn't hear me. Another lady was with him. What? I said, oh, you don't hear very well. I hear. He says, what? I said, oh, okay, I get it. You don't hear your own rooster. And then he says, well, I can't do anything about it because it's a free roaming rooster. I said, yeah, I understand. I said, I can only do what I can control, right? So that's what I said. But it's one of these. It's such a. I mean, why would you get a rooster in a populated area with no hens? It's crazy. But anyway, he's deaf. He doesn't hear it. So I think he just wants to fuck around with other neighbors. I think really it's something like that. That he just has a some beef with one of his next door neighbors, and then he just does it. But he's not allowed to have a rooster apparently. So I guess I have to go. I think I'm going to. You might get a visit from someone. But hey, you don't hear it, right? Because the rooster. I told the rooster, do not interfere with my when I'm streaming. I do not want to hear you. And it's listening. He knows when I wave at him like no, go away, and it goes off. So yeah. So Levi, I'm Dutch. I'm from the Netherlands, but I moved to South Africa. Just because I wanted to be closer to nature, and I lived actually in the bush. I was in near Kruger Park. I just sold my stand there actually, because I didn't want to build there. There was too many. I bought a stand on an estate that was just giving me too much hassle. So I sold my stand, but I'm going back to the bush. I'm going to live in a big 5 reserve when I go back in within a year. So, but I need Wi-Fi. That's the only thing. I'm waiting for Starlink to be implemented here in South Africa, and then I can go anywhere. So, so yeah, I'm just. But right now I live in a beach town. But I miss the bush. I really miss the bush. I'm going back to the bush. So, but I need to make sure that I get my Wi-Fi so I can stream, and I can be with my always husband and Q. I guess I have a relationship with NQ at the moment. I guess it's the most serious relationship that I have. On the 5, is that a protection on the 5 we are at? You mean this one here, the 504? Or you mean this one, the 4? You got 2 lower ones here, so we went through the daily open. You know, I don't like it because I want the body to be lower as well here in order to be a intermediate term, to be an intermediate term high. I really, even though this low is lower and this low is lower, I just don't like it that the body is higher than this body here. I don't know. I just don't like, yeah, Levi, I always forget to look at SMT. But I'm not trading at the moment. But yes, SMT. If I miss a trade, oh, there you have the rooster. It's coming back again. I need to add. I need to do my scarecrow move. You know what? I'll live in a bush and trade, and that doesn't. It's the bush is awesome. It's just I love the bush. I mean, I do have a cobra here. Um, The only thing that you have to be careful for, I was stung by a scorpion last time when I moved to here. I was packing, and I picked up a mat, and there was a very tiny. It was not a dangerous one though, but I was freaking out because I was like, oh my god, my first sting from a scorpion. But that happens in the bush. I still don't know which one. What time was it? The 2 a.m. candle has no wick. 2 a.m. We love no wicks. We love no wicks. 2 a.m. Yes, you mark them because exactly here. 2:30 as well. Ooh, I like this one as well. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna trade anyway. So I'm thinking because the 7:30 is coming close anyway. Um, I did a marathon stream yesterday. It was fun to do. I don't know if I'll do it again today, but I think I'll do again. I try not to trade before 10 a.m. But I think I'll start the stream at 10 a.m. and then if it's interesting price action. We do have 10 a.m. news, right? So I just want to double check if I'm correct. No, we don't. we don't. So 8:30 is unemployment claims. Yeah, I still don't want to trade before 10, I guess. I haven't traded anything today yet. Did you? How's your trade going? You were long. Did you get out? Seek for wisdom. Oh, I'm a distribution trader, so I really want a clear AMD, and then that I can get into the distribution. And I just don't like. I don't know. And I'm hungry now because Levi Trace talked about food. Now I need to. My stomach is really growling. But seek for wisdom. Are you out of your trade? Yes. Okay. Good. Is it a winning trade? Right? You took a. Yeah. You know, if you see things like this, you go into the first presented and you just take it up to a level of liquidity like the daily open, or the this was the settlement price, right? So you just use those levels. They're sort of, you can rely on them, right? You can see how reliable they are. You can see it right over here. Just use time. Any question, guys? No. I'm gonna make some. I'm just gonna eat like something healthy. I need to eat healthy a little bit because I've got bad habits after at night. I eat candy and stuff like that. But on daytime, during the day, I eat healthy. And normally during the day I do nice long walks on the beach, but now you can see the weather it's really cold actually. So I'm wearing a little jacket. Any question, guys? So no trades for me. You see, what I also don't like, even though I see this gap, I see this, it doesn't go into it yet. Well, we can just want to grade this to see how we which wick did we use? Okay, well. Yeah, I'm really not into it. Hey, Anand. Even on Discord, I was looking for you. I'm always around here. I'm always to be found on live on stream. But on Discord, we need to get it up and running a little bit more and do things. But I've asked a few times if there was any interest in a session, but I guess people were not interested yet. So, Anand, I don't have a trade set up. No trading for me this session because I don't like the price action. What is TPDA? You mean IBDA? Seek for wisdom? You mean IBDA? Or TP? I don't know what TPDA is, and I do know IBDA. I use IBDA in my analysis. I don't know what TPDA is. Anand, I don't have I cannot really give you any analysis on any price because I just don't like it. It will be merely a gamble. You look, and Q is just between the midpoint and the 0.5 level from the mid. I graded the midpoint, time price discount array. I guess so, because I use time, I use PD arrays, I use discount. I don't know if you noticed that I also use time and retest of time. I don't look for the standard PD premium discount. Like I do measure the ranges, but I also look for if I'm in premium, I still take longs if I find a good setup because I use different things. So I use time and other things as well to still look at premium discount, even though we're in premium already for what we have been taught. So you'll see me also take longs if I miss a trade in premium and shorts in discount. So obviously I try not to, but hey, sometimes if I get out on a train, I still see where we're going. I just re-enter and I just use different things, and then I mainly use time, and things like retests of what just even just opening times and things like that. Um, Zusi. I don't know what. I mean, I think Zusi. I think I trade a little bit. I understand what he is saying, but I don't know if I don't know if I understand what he is referring to there. I don't know if I saw that video. But he just uses time a lot. I think it's just using time um, to frame premium discount. Besides the normal one that we use, like range, and we go into 50%. But there are many. You can also, like, what I did here, for example, is we have the N walk, and I just took the midpoint and I graded the midpoint to the top, and then this 0.5 is also a level, right? Um, so I think you have to really find things for yourself, because everything is so fractal. You can make it very small. Everything can be made smaller. Um, and then I guess I noticed that he said something about you can also use price, right? Like 600 to 700. That's a range. Hey Cesaria, how are you doing? Um, there's so many. I mean, there's so many things you can look into, and there's also. I mean, I know people that trade this. They can trade it because they divide the chop in half. It's, for example, I don't like it, but you see the logic, how price is really now going between this level here, the volume imbalance, and the 0.5. Now, um, the 604 CE of a wick also took the previous 4-hour low. Yeah, there you go. Everything is just the 604. I think that's this one you're talking about. Yeah, exactly this one, right? Yeah. Yeah, but Levi, still, I'm just not interested. Why? Because you get a move up, but it's still not like, I want to see, I really want to see, I'm a distribution. I'm lazy in a way. I'm not lazy, but I just want to see clear. I get tired of all the, when I see this, I'm like, and I just want to see clear AMD, and I just don't see it. And I'm a little bit exhausted by looking at it. I think I'm still exhausted looking to price action yesterday. But hey, you took a long for me 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, you have to make up for your, what was it? 400K. I mean, you have to start working now, man. Otherwise, you can't make your 400K. Oh, it wasn't per day, right? It was per month. But hey, do you have red months as well? Or is it always green? Yeah, I need to get faster. I really need to, I need to be faster on my SMT. But anyway, we'll get there. Hey, listen, I'm still ICT baby. How long, Levi? How many years have you been in? I don't think you said that. ICT only. How many years? My low is like 20K. That's a bad month then for you. Yeah, then you have not been doing well. Yeah, I guess when you get to a certain level, I mean, losing, I think it's if you go to the end of the month, um, when you have good risk management, you always have a green month, but it's just sort of like then the profit just is not as high as it is, and that's actually still in your terms a losing month, right? Yeah, only 1.5. Wow, that's good. Okay, well, I guess you are. I don't know if I have anyone in chat that makes more money than you then, but one and a half is really not long. That's quite good. Are you very young? We've got some youngsters here that are really good in trading as well. Did you have any other trading experience before that? Well, I hope you can inspire a lot of people here. I mean, I had a few people question yesterday, like, is ICT legit? And I always say, listen, you got to look into it yourself, and you need to figure out and cut out the bullshit. And for some people it works, but I guess if you're lazy, it doesn't work. Um, but you know, it and I don't think he's here now, but it's good to have people on that are really successful with ICT because it's all about putting in the work, and I do believe it. That's for me. If I wouldn't have found ICT, I would not be profitable. It's as simple as that because I could finally name things and see logic, and otherwise I was just sort of like I tried a lot of things. Volume profile, TPO. Now TPO was a little bit already time based because you used the 30 minutes, but I was still always missing something. And then I don't think that TPO was really bad. I did much worse. I started with penny stocks and all that bullshit, but I was still always missing something. And then finally with studying ICT, I got really hooked on seeing that there was logic and everything is calculate. You can calculate everything, and then I've been reverse engineering. I wish I started journaling sooner. I didn't journal in the beginning, being honest here. I was a little, not lazy, but I thought, oh, you know what? I just study and I use my time being in the markets. But I wish I started sooner because when I started during then, I was like really making it visual, like making prints of a trading view, putting my trades on it, writing things down, and I used to write down every minute. Okay, what time did the this being taken out? What time did the retest did? So that's how I really got into time. And then I had a few other mentors, nine. He has the root candles, but also now Kit was also one of my mentors, but I think he's a genius. But for me, how he explains things, I just like, what the fuck are you saying? I just don't understand it. I think he's a genius, but I learned a few things from him. But I have a few other mentors as well, but they're all time based and they all are ICT based, but they moved further on into time. And yeah, and that's how it's building blocks. ICT is just for me building blocks to investigate more. I just get very interested. That's why I have on my banner a full-time alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic, not an alcoholic, but alcoholic. I think I stopped drinking alcohol. I think I've drank a lot in my younger years. I think I drank enough for a lifetime. No, it's just, I would still appreciate a good glass of wine or a gin tonic. But I've become very calm. I wasn't calm before when I was younger. When I was 31, like Levi. I started 30. No, it's people overdo it. That's why. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm happy to have you here, and maybe you could share. I mean, you don't have a model, but maybe I'm just curious what you do look at. You don't have to share everything because I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I get more challenged if people make it hard for me. I don't want to be spoon fed. So, but hey, listen, I know what you're saying is possible, and that's why I'm very, very, very excited also uh, about. It doesn't bore me because there's so much to learn and there's still much to discover. And that's why I hope everybody here in the chat that's here and interested in working hard and being better than the average person. Um, but yes, I do believe there should be a community and we should help each other. But we all need to put in our own work and work hard for it. And I am honest that I share a lot, but there are some things that I do keep behind. But I will, if people would really, really work hard. I do one-on-one coaching, but very, very limited, very, very limited, because I don't want to waste time. But you just give people enough so they can figure it out themselves. Those things. That's how it should work. And when you figure out stuff, it's like heaven. You're like, oh my God, is this really true? Is it really that? But hey, listen, I'm not there. I mean, I'm just figuring out little things, but it's already a lot. But I know there's much more. And then, hey, Levi, I don't make the money that you make for sure, but I can live, I can travel the world, I can do whatever I want. But I don't have, I don't really know if I don't know if I really want to, if that's my goal. I never really thought about that, but I just need enough to live in a country where I want, to have food, I have ocean view, or I live in the bush. I love simple life, but I just want my Wi-Fi and I want my food and I want my animals. I want to be able to take care of my animals and be happy. And this makes me happy. Being on YouTube, doing this, I'm just really happy. I didn't know that being on doing stream and creating a community and talk about charts. I really, that's really something I think I really missed. And now because I have the YouTube channel, I can talk about charts all day long. So, with other nerds like yourself. But anyway, guys, I don't want to keep you up because I'm not really looking into trades. And again, look, we're again at the 50% level of that gradient. But hey, this is beautiful. Beautiful. Are you still in that trade, by the way, Levi, with your 10 minis? I want to look for SMT. Did it show? Yeah, that's a nice SMT. I see it here. 315. I'm going to journal that accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or I think we're going to get the distribution move now. We'll see. I would like to keep the convo going. Yeah, simple, healthy, and you just make whatever you need. And for me, it's also being the reason why I moved to South Africa was conservation work. So when I used to live in the bush, I used to do voluntary work. I used to work for Elephants Alive, but that would mean I wouldn't be able to do London sessions. But then again, I could do my evening sessions. But if I would live in a wildlife reserve, I can do my voluntary work daily and contribute. The money that I would make would also go. A lot of the money would go to conservation because I really, that's my dream, and that's why I moved to South Africa, literally. So yeah, so that's a little bit of my background, why I moved to here. But things turned out a little bit differently when I moved out here. So, but now in I moved to another area for the time being. But I will be back to in the bush because I think the bush is really the place I want to. I thought, let me try if I prefer beach over bush, but I love the beach. Don't get me wrong, but I would rather go on holiday or I just maybe a few months per year, but live permanently in the bush instead of the other way around. So I was just trying out a little bit, like, do I like it? But no, I'm from the low felt. I like the heat. I just like the red sand, and oh, I just, you know, love to be close to animals. Well, well, well. What are we doing? What are we doing? I think we're going into this wick here. Going to reject in this wick somewhere on NQ. So there's a previous day high, but hey, we already made a low. We made a high and a low. So you have some. Listen, Levi, I don't have any social media. I started this YouTube channel, and I thought actually it would be a fail. No, I didn't think it would be a fail, but I thought, you know what? I was actually recruited by a prop firm, and I used to. They want me to stream with other coaches, so I started to. I was like, okay, well, and you know, they wanted me to do a few tests and how I traded, and they said, okay, we want you in the team, but so because we were on YouTube, I had to buy everything, but it didn't work out between us because I was a little bit too rebellious at that time because I wanted to say things that I wanted to say. And but the lady that recruited me, she really liked me, and she says, you know what, Iris, you need to start your own YouTube channel. I said, no, I can't. You know, who would listen to? I was just a trader by myself. But because I had everything, because of that, I used to do that for them. You know, I had everything set up, lights, my internet had to be improved. She says, you know, you spend so much money, just start your own YouTube channel. But I said, I don't have any, I don't want social media. She says, no, just do it and see where it goes. I said, okay, I'll just do it. And my plan was just to make my own trading journal. Like, okay, you know what? I'll just record my trades. So, um, that was actually the plan, but hey, here we are. 3 months later, uh, almost at 440 subscribers. My retention rate is abnormally high. I'm doing really, really, really well, and I'm just having so much fun. I really love it, and I had zero expectations, and I'm just seeing, okay, see where it goes. Just be myself, and that's it. So no, but it's the best thing that could have happened. I would have never ever 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 started a YouTube channel if she would not have recruited me. Never ever. It did not cross. I never thought, who wants to listen to me anyway? I mean, you know, I really was like, okay, I'm a trader. That's it. I just day trade, and that's how I live. But now I just buy. It's how the universe works, right? Something comes across, but it didn't work out for a reason, and it's the best reason ever. And now I'm like, oh my god, this couldn't be happier. Okay, I'm just curious to see where in this week we're going to, if we are going to stall. But guys, I'll tell you one thing. I'm missing all these trades. Um, I'm very eager now to try to get a trade in the AM or in the PM session, because I do like, look at this level here. So for me, I'm going to journal this and look at all the times. What did it do and how long did we consolidate? And because next time, but the SMT was key again, Levi. That's really, you, you really have to wait for the SMT on a day like this. Look, it just goes through all these wicks now. Wow. It's on a mission. I love it. But I have to thank you guys now for just listening and just for me being okay, not trading actually and still hanging around. So I really appreciate it, guys, because I didn't put any on any trades. I tried one or two. I had a few losing trades on paper, right, when we gave it a go, but there was some good opportunity at some point. But 415, 330. That's a beautiful move. Be regular on YouTube. Follower will increase. Hey, listen, I've been streaming twice a day for since the moment that I came on, and consistently. So I guess that really helps. And the algo is doing its job now. So I guess it's just all organically and just going where it goes. I just let the universe do whatever it plans, um, whatever it has plans for me. Generally beats. Yeah, keep. Well, I'm just. I have no intention to stop because I'm really enjoying it, and but I really want to. I think the goal of the channel is really to help other people. And Levi, that means sharing some stuff. But hey, I think that's important, just to be honest, because there's a lot of bullshit out there, um, and just share the journey, and if where possible, maybe help others speed up their journey. So that's where the my Discord comes into play as well, and yeah, that's it. So we have a nice distribution move. Anyway, I'm not in it. I do hate it when I see a move like that. I'm not in it. Well, I mean, there's always, I mean, hey, IJ, I mean, there are very good YouTubers around. I mean, but everyone is different. I think there is like, everybody has a different edge in a way of maybe, um, doing things differently. I think there's always competition in the sense of, YouTube is getting very, I mean, there's a lot of people streaming and, but I think, there are people that maybe that like you better than others, and it's just whatever. There's enough space for everyone, I guess. And I believe that's what I'm trying to do with the Discord as well, to collaborate with a few other people. Wiku, for example, he has a mentorship, and he was asking like, he wants to provide his knowledge on my Discord. So we made a tab for Wiku University, and he does a lot of interest. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just spend time making educational stuff. I would just rather, I have to do it for one-on-one coaching, but that's very extensive. But for the Discord, I'm very happy that he offered that, because we trade similarly. So that's nice, right? So, but anyway, thank you for the compliment, Ajay, if I can pronounce that correctly. Hey, listen, we're just growing, and we're just doing whatever we're just being ourselves. I think it's very tiring if you're not yourself and you have to play a role, and do that for hours in a day. I would not last long, I can tell you that. But who could have imagined that you can talk about charts and people are listening to you? Hey, listen, I've been only ridiculed by the people that I hang around with by trading. So, so I guess that's maybe why I'm enjoying it so much. Hey, that's a damn good distribution move. I would not have expected that at this time, to be honest. Um, Damn, accumulation, but manipulation, but this is a move up and then again to the downside. So this would have confused me as manipulation. But if you got into here and your stop is below this one, you're not wicked out, right? But yeah, I think I said I had to leave at 10 past the hour. I'm still talking, but this is, you guys are so, it's such a nice chat. It's just nice to watch and just to chat with you guys. So anyway, let's see what gold is doing, and then I do have to do some stuff. Um, are we going to go up to this volume imbalance? I guess so. Okay, guys and gals, any questions before I let you go? So no trades from me today, no live trades. I did not engage. We had some people taking very good trades on Seek for Wisdom had a good long. Levi, while he's eating his Mexican food, put 10 minis on while he was munching around. Made some money while he was eating. So I need to eat a little bit. I think I'm getting a little bit hungry now. So anyone else made some money today on that long? That was a good one. I'm hoping to get back on track on the PM session, AM and PM session. I will start streaming at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll make a new stream. So I don't know if I see you guys there. Low, not low. No questions? No comments? Let me put in the Discord just in case. So it's still ongoing, and I'm still figuring out how to make it more proactive. I want to do more things in the. I don't want to do things if people are not really need to find what do people want. You know, maybe some back testing sessions or whatever, wherever you guys feel like. So Levi, to your question, social media, I only have YouTube and the Discord. That's it. Let me put in um, the link for anyone who. You went long, short, long, short, short, long. Okay, I hope you took out your money. That's how I would felt as well, going long, short, long. But yeah, the move was here at some point, but it was just later than normal, the 4 a.m. But listen, this 4 a.m. time, that's a very important time for me in AM session. So I'm not too worried about that. Pin message. Here we go. So I would love to have feedback on from you guys. Like if there's a Discord, what makes it valuable for you guys? The last long gave 50 points. Good for you. Yeah, I try not to have trades less than 50 points, so I stay out of it if it's consolidating. But this was a good move. Man, this was a very good move, to be honest. I've got some journaling to do, but I think it's still going high. Look at this one here. Damn juicy. Others were in the red, but are you break even or are you still in the red? It's always good to end like with a green trade afterwards, right? I mean, it's never, it's always, but it's something you, even though you end up in the red, you still need to reset yourself and get back to neutral. Um, okay, no other comments. Okay, guys, 40 in the green with 1 M, good. See, people always look down on trading M and Q. I mean, you can still make a lot of money with M and Q, and you can skill in and skill out, right? So yeah, I love M and Q. I do chart on NQ, but if I trade my eval or my funded, not always, but I vary between NQ and M and Q. If I just wanna, sometimes I just feel like okay, I want to skill in and out, then I go with M and Q, then I put 4 or 5 on. But sometimes I just use one. I don't do my max of NQ that I do is two or three max. I don't put more on. That's I have a Discord, Levi. I put the link in. There is a Discord. Here's a link. I put it in. Just look above you, above I Ajai's. Ajay, I hope I pronounce your name correctly. I'm sorry if I don't. Ajai's. I pinned it as well. Hey, Avneet. Avneet is thinking, oh my God, she's still on? Does she ever? I think she's on YouTube 24/7. I follow the link. It's Blink. It's not working? Doesn't it work? Let me try. Should be a new one. Yeah, no, it should be working. Accept invite. It's in the chat. Is it working, guys? Can you? Because if I press on it, it gives me. No, it's not. It's blank. Really? When I press on it, it says accept invite. I mean, are you using the one in the Discord in the chat, right? Not the one from the description, because the description could be old. Can anyone else check? Because if I check it, it's working. Are you using the pin? SL hit then went to 40. Yeah, I know. Hey, it's a typical day. I mean, for me, that was yesterday. I can see the invite. Yeah, but does it work if you hit the link? It gives you, and then you can enter, right? Oh, you're in? Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, okay. I need to, for some reason, I need to manually make everyone member. For some reason, the automation didn't look. I had someone helping me, but I think he disappeared on me. I don't know where he is. Where is Eugene? I haven't seen Eugene for ages. Um, Eugene is gone. Um, let me see. I don't see any new people. No, I don't see any. I don't see any new people. Join. Did you join? Because I don't see anyone. That's weird. What's going on? It takes me to online friends. Can see me too. No, it's something is off. It takes me to online friends. I am new and I just added you. What's going on? Okay, let's sort this out. Oh, there you go. Okay, it needs some time. Okay, I see Shimo. I see someone popping in. Okay, let me just member. I'll member you. Here you go. There you go. I think it takes some time. I think it's just a little bit slow. You need to go through the online. You need to accept the rules, Levi. Okay, but Shimo, I see you. If you are just so it is working, but it just I think it's like it's a little bit slow. Yeah, Shimo, I just gave you. I added you. But Levi, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get off those the Karna fries. I'll keep an eye on it, guys. If not, let me know in the next stream or so. I'll call TJ. Was up? I see some people coming. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we need to try. We need to start organizing some stuff. And what I like about the look at this gold going. Oh, I'm a little bit sick of this that I'm not in it because I knew it was going up, right? But no, I shouldn't be sick of it. See, that's my human side that I'm. I thought it would go into this little volume imbalance here. This would have been my trade until this volume imbalance. Okay. Yeah, so the point of the whole Discord was for other people also to talk, to have like sessions and to get to know, the community and, you know, just, so I am not the only one that has to, I can also listen to you guys talk and you can talk instead of having to type. So that's the point of it. But hey, I really want some ideas from you guys. What you want, what is the value of the Discord for you guys, and what kind of sessions if I organize a session, because that's what I want to do. I don't mind also in the weekend to do 1 or 2 short sessions just to maybe go over things. Maybe do a weekly market outlook or something like that, just for the Discord members. It doesn't have to be on YouTube all the time. So then also you guys can talk and maybe ask questions instead of having to type. So yeah, I know. Yeah, I think Levi needs to accept the rule. But Levi is one of those people that doesn't want to abide by the rules, right? He thinks fuck those rules. But yeah. I think that's going on. No. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much again. I had so much fun. I didn't trade, but I had a wonderful session, and happy to have some new people in the family as well. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, and I'm looking forward to the AM and PM session. I don't know what you do, but I know that I'm going to eat now because I'm really hungry. So guys, thank you so much. See you either in Discord or the next stream, and don't overtrade. I was trying to get your number. Have you seen Ice-T yesterday trade? No, Avneet. I thought he was gone already. What? I think he said goodbye 3 times. Is he okay? Did he trade? I did hear someone say that he was on Tanya's stream, but is he still not gone? I'll look for it. I want to know what he traded. We'll see. Okay, guys, for now, I'm wishing you very, very nice start of the day or whatever time zone you're in. I'll see you guys later. And thank you again so much for all your support and just for being here. And I cannot show my appreciation enough. So thank you, guys.